Okay. Are we actually recording now? I don't know. Get rid of this. Okay. Are we recording? Are we good? I'm having a lot of technical difficulties here. And I'm all stuffy. This thing is doing this. I don't know why. I'm trying to press buttons. I don't know. I'll have to deal with that at some point. But here we are. I'm gonna ring the bell and then we're gonna get into this. Okay. This is a weird message, but I feel like it's gonna be fun. Okay. Yeah, loud noise, all that jazz. All right, be warned. Turn down the volume if you need to. That's nice. Spirit, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for always being with me, always guiding me and protecting me. Please help me to deliver this message clearly and accurately. And I already know that the right souls are going to see this, and I appreciate how you do that, Spirit. Thank you so much. I don't know how clear this is going to be because this was a weird download. So weird, but very exciting. It made me very happy. Okay. This is what we're working with. There's stuff written everywhere. I don't know that I really want to start with this word here. We got mirroring, biological, mastering yourself, cordyceps. What are they? All right, so I was watching The Last of Us last night, okay? And I asked someone if they think that it would be really possible, if that's highly likely to happen, right? And then they were like, this is based off of a true thing, yada, yada, yada. I looked more into it, and then zombie ants came into it, okay? And I was kind of freaking out a little bit, like, okay, hold up. How can this come to humans and yada, yada, yada. I was really curious. So then looking into the zombie ant thing, okay, and that can happen to more than just ants, different insects that can happen to. But okay, it doesn't happen to humans, right? So is it good or bad? It just kind of depends on the host, I guess, For the ant that's going back to the colony after it's been exposed to this, it's not so good because they want him out. Exiled. He's gone. Ticking time bomb. Get him out, right? And he's gonna die. So, not even like a nice proper burial or like a nice send off or anything. They're like mad about it and it's like, oh my God, you gotta get out of here, right? Wow, I have a line right here that says sex. Okay, so depending on the host, because there's something here too about protection and sexual protection, but energetically, okay, so physically and energetically being protected. So by the host that is inhabiting your body, your energy that you're sharing with, so good or bad kind of depends on the host, kind of depends on, I don't know, how you're being treated and how there's the give and take and how things are being received, and there's something there with that, okay? So I think that that's probably going to come up more in whatever decks I end up using, because the sacral energy comes into this as well. So the cordyceps, right, good or bad. Oh God, I feel like I'm ranting like crazy. Good or bad depends on the host, okay? It depends on, because then I found out that athletes particularly, and in like Chinese medicine, the cordyceps are being used in Chinese medicine and by athletes, right, for their different properties. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is awful. Like, how many people know about this? We're gonna die. Like, I literally wrote that down. I first thought this was the worst thing ever, and that we're all gonna die tomorrow. Like, we're gonna die from this. This is awful. I felt fear. I was very scared. And then when I was talking to this person about like the zombie ant thing, and I'm like, okay, like, why is this a thing? Why does this happen? And they said, its purpose is to survive. Like, that's its purpose. That's it. Their purpose is to survive. So when it's coming to the ants, right, that was it. And I felt so sad. Its purpose is to survive. And then I wrote, you survived. Right? But there was an ecological, fuck. There was a balance, that was needed. And I'm being drawn to like the, I love my vultures, the vulture spirit where it says nothing is wasted. So it's like whatever you survived, there was a reason. And that's so cool because this happened last night. So next day, right? And going to work, and now I'm here doing this. And someone had said, you know, they survived and it made them who they are today, right? It made them who they are today. And they are proud of who they are today, right? And I resonate with that as well. Excuse me. I resonate with that as well. I mean, yeah, come a long way. But its purpose is to survive. You survived, right? You survived something maybe you weren't supposed to. And I know that kind of sounds weird. And we're going to see. I'm going to use the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, and that's kind of deep. It might touch on some things like that. But it did balance some things out where maybe you did encounter a lot of injustices, right? But there's justice being brought to those things, a karmic balance, right? Where, you know, why does this do this to the ants or to the spider or to the whatever, you know, why does it do that? You know, like, that's just its purpose. Like, that's just what it is. That's what it's here for, you know. Or like mayflies, I'm even thinking about now. Mayflies, they just, you know, they're born, they have sex, and then they die, and like, that's that. So wham bam, thank you ma'am, right? So maybe there's something, frick nasty, man, because there has to be something with that. Because I wrote in the conversation with the person, I was saying that when I was watching The Last of Us, like, what they were, it was just sexual tension and revenge, right? Like, it wasn't really talking about that because I'm on the season 2 of The Last of Us, so I don't know, I'm sure it's been talked about, but I just wasn't putting it together that that's what was going on in there. This cordyceps, I got a fuzzy on my finger, the cordyceps and all that kind of stuff. I needed a refresher, okay? So, I'm like, yeah, the point I'm at here is sexual tension and revenge. So there's, I want to circle it. There's something about that because, all right, we get into the sacral chakra, okay, which I want to say is your second chakra, right? Yeah, starting up your root, and then, yeah. So we get into potential health benefits and organ transplantation. Okay, so it being able to help with organ transplantation, particularly it was talking about kidney transplants. And your sacral deals with that organ. It deals with your organs. It also deals with creativity, pleasure, emotional stability, sensuality, and balanced sexual energy. It is a water element, and I wrote flow, and then just like, you know, just letting it flow. I don't know. Connect more with water, and then connecting with your desires, identifying what your desires are. Yoga can help in this. So this is talking about how to heal the sacral chakra, right? Yoga movement, okay, especially hip opening movements, not being as rigid. There's something here with the protection, right? Okay, so protection in the sense of the host inhabiting your body, the soul that you're merging with, right? Making sure that it is protected, and I mean, even a wham bam thank you ma'am can be a protected thing in a sense. That can even be a sacred thing. Ah, fuck. But how do I put that? We'll see if more comes out, all right, to help me kind of say what I want to say there. I have spiritually, okay, being protected spiritually, upping your spiritual protection. I wrote down purpose to survive, right? The purpose is to survive, sole purpose, but also purpose to protect. And then that's making me think of divine feminine, divine masculine energies there. Purpose to survive and purpose to protect. And then I wrote purposefully thriving, intentionally, and being very discerning, diligent, I'm hearing. Disciplined, so it could be disciplined with the sexual energy, right? And the sexual tension and revenge, something about being able to express emotions, all emotions, the whole range of emotions. And then there's something too with like anger and sexual tension. Something about playing dumb as well came up, okay? Or like avoidance. And then intentionally obtuse, which I love that. I just like saying it. Say it with me. Intentionally obtuse. So, yeah. Someone playing dumb, someone avoiding a topic, or avoiding the work, maybe avoiding shadow work or something of that nature. Not acknowledging an elephant in a room kind of energy, intentionally obtuse. That's just fun to me. Intentionally obtuse. I'm not saying that that's fun to do, like, because when I was reading up on intentionally obtuse, manipulation was there too, and I kind of got a weird feeling like, all right, and then it goes with mirroring. So mirroring came into play, and I also got a weird feeling on like, I've heard of this happening. I don't think I've had it happen to me, but I know that it has happened to someone close to me, where anytime that they would make a plate, okay, say it's at Golden Corral, at a buffet place or something, all right, and they make their plate. Well, their partner wanted their plate to be exactly like that. Exactly like that. Excuse me. Or at the house, they want their plate exactly like that. Even if they've already made their plate, and then they would make their plate after, and sit down, and then that person goes and makes their plate like their plate. That's manipulation in a sense, I feel. Like, that's really weird to me. I don't think that that's the healthy mirroring energy that I was reading up on here. Like, and the same with the intentionally obtuse. That doesn't have to mean a manipulation. So it's the good. Is it good? Is it bad? You know, like the mirroring. Is it good or is it bad? Is it intentionally obtuse? Is someone intentionally mirroring to force a bond, right? Or is it natural biologics happening? Okay, because I also wrote down, like, you cannot force your pupils to dilate. Okay, so when you are attracted to certain things, you cannot force your pupils to dilate. If someone were to look at me and they find me attractive and their pupils dilate or whatever, like, that's just biological. Like, it is a thing, you know? It's not something that they could control, and vice versa, right? I think that works the same way for women, right? So it happens. It's not something that I would be forcing or someone would be forcing upon me, but there are things that they could force upon me, or I could force upon someone else, right? That might not be healthy. Mastering yourself is here, and then the neurological synchronicities. Okay, so that's kind of what I was getting into when it comes to this whole mirroring thing, and, like, I don't know, I'm getting into, like, psychology now, and what's the word? Body language. That's not just one word. Those are two words, but you get me. The body language, right? And you know, touching someone's shoulder, or there's so much that goes into body language, right? Maybe someone is intentionally avoiding something because they know that their body is going to give them away. Clearly. Something again with the sexual stuff, the tension. But maybe they know that their body is going to give something away, that they're not going to be able to wear a mask. Okay? And maybe the mask isn't so much of a bad thing. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know, it's this, is it good or is it bad? It's kind of what we started with here. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my shoulder hurts. All right. Oh, that book is over there. I have 5, 7, 7, and 1, 2, 3. If you're 5, 5, 5, then I'm 6, 6, 6. Let's see here. All right. 1, 2, 3. You are moving up a step. All the challenges you have previously experienced are now being released. The angels of ascension are with you now. So I'm also hearing, you know, new levels, new devils kind of thing too, right? Motherfuckers. 5, 7, 7. But that's cool. You're, like, facing new parts of yourself as well. All right. Miraculous, magical situations are arising at this time. Embrace all the goodness that is unfolding. So again, something about, like, a karmic justice, where the injustices have happened. There's karmic justice being brought to certain situations here, okay? And maybe that is the thing. Maybe you have dealt with people who have done that being intentionally obtuse or intentionally playing dumb, intentionally not seeing you or being avoidant, and you're purposefully thriving despite it, okay, against something with that divine masculine and feminine, and that can be just within you solely, because we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, okay? So this could be a solo thing where you are balancing out those energies within yourself, the purpose to survive, purpose to protect, finding more of your purpose, feeling more aligned to your purpose, that moving up, the ascension. I might want to keep this out. I also wrote down primal instincts. Okay. Black crystals for protection, wearing more black. Or look up things that you just think might work for you. It could be mantras or something, you know. Candles, lighting certain colored candles, or putting certain intentions into candles. It's not so much about the materials, it's all about your intentions. So I try to stick with things that, you know, most people have a black shirt or, you know, something of that nature. It's not so much you need to go out and get a black candle, or you need to go out and get this black crystal, or, you know, yeah. Or even if it is like you need to go out and get this crystal too, I encourage you to say, what wants to find me today? What wants to find me today? Having that kind of attitude, what wants to find me, not what am I going to find, what wants to find me. Okay, no more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. I love when this happens. It's like my favorite tattoo on my body. The time is now. If it's important enough to you, you will find a way. Today, make a decision and do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart, you will be led. What excuses am I making right now? Okay, it's funny. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Oh yes, be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. Amen. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. I can attest to that shit. Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. What am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? Oh, yes. Okay, so also I need to do a reading on Saturn entering Aries. The last time that has happened was in 1996. So I feel like that's a huge freaking shift for us. Saturn is like daddy Saturn, okay? Like consequences, not control, maybe a little bit control. I don't know. I just need to do I need to do a thing. I kind of want to say control, but restrictive. It's not very flowy. It's it's rigid. That would be rigid. And this energy is, don't be so rigid. Come out of the rigidity. Rigidity. I know that there's a word in there somewhere. Fuck it. But yes, it's like Saturn entering Aries, and Aries is very impulsive, okay, but can be a little controlling. But Aries, oh, there's a spider. I'm just gonna let you be. He's so tiny. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. What are you weaving? Okay, what are we all weaving here? And I lost my train of thought. Oh, Aries energy, yo. You can see the spider on there. But Aries, very dominating as well. Put it that way. Domineering, maybe. All right, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me. Like there's a headstrong energy there. Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your hands and weave it yourself? The spider, can you see it in front of me? Probably not. I probably look like a lunatic. But he's just all up in my grill here. Yeah. What if you were to take life into your own hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared, take the leap. That's the second confirmation, okay, of doing something even if you don't feel like doing it. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave, like the spider who's, like, I could kill him right now. He could be in danger or he could just be chilling. Does he know? I don't know, but what's his purpose? What is his purpose here? Just for me to talk about him in this reading, maybe. Maybe that's his only freaking purpose. Maybe he'll feed some other insect in my house. I don't know. He's getting pretty close. I'm gonna hold him off for a minute. Yeah, go back up. Okay, be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. Okay, maybe that's one of those mantra things. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. That's making me think of that song, Wild as Her, which is such a cute song. I had some dude years ago send me those lyrics, but I didn't know that the song was a song. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this guy really gets me, you know? Never met the dude, never, you know, it didn't go anywhere. But I was so flattered. I was like, oh my gosh, you know? Like, this guy gets it. And then I heard it on the radio and I was like, oh. But whatever, I think about that all the time. I'm like, well, I mean, you were right. It still resonates. All right. Let's see here. Do we want to... Let's do, the soul purpose or life purpose cards here. Because being purposely, like, intentionally purposeful... What did I say? Purposefully thriving. Intentionally thriving. I don't know where the spider went. Can it really do any damage to me? I don't know. I guess I'll just let him be. Yeah. Author is coming up. Crystals is coming up. You know, you might not be able to get your hands on certain crystals, right? But you can say certain words. You can possibly sit in a certain manner, even a feng shui kind of thing, moving what you do have, possibly, using your words, being able to write, those kind of things, movement, in a way, your thoughts. Using what you have. Okay, so music, your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And then we have leadership. Take charge of the situation. Again, in Aries energy, okay, when I was talking about Saturn moving into Aries, there's the spider. Aries energy, the Fool card, is Aries energy. And the Fool is all about taking that leap, taking the risk, lightening your load, okay, getting rid of baggage, and being able to free fall, basically, trusting that you are going to be caught, or I'm even getting like whisked away to, can you take me higher? Yoga, hey. The chakras are aligned here, okay? Can you take me higher? Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising, okay? And that euphoric, the oxytocin, is that what it is? I don't know words, but endorphins and things when you're exercising, and like true, what is dopamine and whatnot, not the fake dopamine, the true dopamine, those kind of things. I'm getting something with karmics. Karmics are a cheap dopamine fix, is what I'm hearing. Okay. 3 of Cups at the bottom. Karmics are a cheap dopamine fix. The ego strokes, the stroking of the ego kind of thing. That's not what a true leader would look for, is what I'm hearing there. Take charge of the situation. Let's get a little something on that. I mean, on the right path, do I want all of these together? We have the 10 of Swords. I feel like that's an ending and a new beginning of a situation that has had you mentally stuck, okay? I'm hearing, it's time to get out of your head, right, and take in charge. What's with this leadership? Nine of Wands, okay, that wounded warrior energy there, really been through a lot. Really been through a lot there. Okay, and Page of Pentacles. Okay, on the right path. It's been a slow moving process. What's here? The 8 of Swords. Yeah, it's stuck. Is this... It's like outside forces have like you've had to battle outside forces instead of being able to focus so much on what you felt like you were being called to do, but that was only because it was helping you in a way, right? So it was a slow process, and you felt like, holy, like, where's the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing, like, where is this going? What are we doing? But you were always on the right path, right? Yeah, you were always going to survive it. You thought that it was going to be the end of it. Hey, you thought it was going to be the end of it, right? But the whole time you were mastering yourself. The whole freaking time. Is it good? Is it bad? You were like, what is happening? Am I good? Am I bad? What am I? It depends on who you ask. Right? It depends on who you ask. I might not have treated that person over there kindly, Maybe not. This person, if you ask them, I'm all right. If you ask this person, it's a matter of perception in there somewhere, right? Is it good? Is it bad? Depends on the host or something. And depends on who's trying to connect with it. How it will be received or something like that. Eight of Swords, the being bound, being stuck, being wrapped up in just bound, right? Bound. I mean, that doesn't look like freedom, right? I mean, we can all see that does not look like freedom. That looks like a cage. That looks like war. That looks like war, right? With the Seven of Wands, again, protected to the Hierophant. Yeah, unlocking something different. The Ten of Cups. Woo! All right, yo. Ooh, my shoulder. Okay. How far do we want to go into this? Let's get just a chakra card. And then I want to end it with the mystical shaman. Hopefully this, whatever. It'll make sense to the people it'll make sense to. I'm going to say that this is a timeless message, though. I'm not going to put this is only for this week or only for this hour or whatever. I'm not going to, it's not that. This is a timeless message. Okay. Yeah, we pretty much got everything in here. Really, I want to read up a little bit more on, we're going to go, with the first one that we see for the sacral. Sensuality. I encourage myself to express my sensuality and emotions creatively using all of my facilities, including touch faculties. Faculties is what that would be. Including touch, voice, and actions, and creative abilities such as art, craft, music, acting, cooking, gardening, and writing. I practice being aware of and enjoying my senses, being nourished and stimulated by the natural world, such as by landscapes, people, weather, animals, aromas, and sounds. Okay, so that's to give you more of a sense of what the sacral energy deals with. Okay, I wanted to do that. Let's get an angel guide real quick. I was just kind of drawn to this orange, okay, the theme with the sacral. And then I want to get a mystical shaman. All right, at the bottom we have ask and receive. I saw something, I think it was yesterday, where it said ask for more. The universe is not on a budget, okay? Ask and you shall receive. I'm hearing closed mouths don't get fed. Compassion. All right. So keeping it compassionate and surrender. Oh, that's fun. Oh, look at that though. That is receiving mode. If I've ever seen it, look at that. That is receiving mode, which is so funny because we are feeling the rigidness of the Saturn entering Aries, in Spirit's like, put your hands out. Put your hands out. I'm not asking you to do much. I'm not asking you to really lift a finger except for putting your hands out and receiving what is for you. Like a harvest, a harvesting. But in a grateful manner, right? Not in a yeah, not in a I deserve this. This is what I deserve or something. It's a matter of the heart, yo. It felt like the Wolf of Wall Street just said. But yeah, it's not a matter of the expectations, right? When did we say it was something about expectations? What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? So it's are you digging what I'm dishing out? Okay, Something with it's a matter of your heart. I just want to keep saying it's a heart issue. A leader with heart, being able to lead a situation or leading yourself. Could have something to do with children. I am seeing children here. Could have something to do with children having to lead, take the lead in a situation, right? We've seen that a lot. How do you want to end this, Spirit? I just really hope this makes sense. And it's like, okay, it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense for who it needs to make sense for, dang it. All right, we have the wind. Some of these things, it's yeah, when it was talking about you've leveled up, you've gone a step above, right? You might not be able to physically see that just yet. It's like the wind. It's energetically felt. Just around the river bend is also coming through. Okay. The hummingbird, we have the tree of life, and we have magic. 33. Yeah, 8. It kind of got dark in here, didn't it? Let's see. What do I want to read? I don't think I want to read all of them. Magic, again, it's kind of with the wind. It's around us. It's around. Something, in taking the time to feel it more and acknowledge it. Yeah, it says do the work. There's something about like acknowledging more. Maybe you're asking for the wrong things too, because it's not about the materialistic things. It's not so much. I mean, you can ask for a bigger house, but it's because you plan on maybe putting more people in that house or something like that. You know what I mean? Or utilizing the space maybe for like more creativity, more creative projects or something. Or, you know, like, oh, I need to have a garage, or I need to have a room, a craft room, or whatever. An expression, but not, oh, we're getting out of it's because of I'm bigger and badder, or I have more money than you, so I drive this car, and I drive this. Getting away from those structures. And getting more with the wind and the magic. Okay. All right. I was like, where was I going with that? Woo woo. The hummingbird. Despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers, migrating between North and Central or South America to feed from the summer nectar. This gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect its home. Here we go with the protection, baby. Thank you. Hummingbird teaches us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal space. Hummingbird invites you to embark on your epic quest, bypass the dung pile of old pains and hurts, head for the flowers, and learn to trust the calling you hear ever so softly. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. This is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong, but to trust in the rightness of the moment and take bold action. Another confirmation. Trust the success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. The 9 of Wands, even though it's going to be challenging, you're going to survive this. It's going to be okay. You're going to get to the other side. Know that all will be well, because the all is in the small. Being grateful for it all. I feel like we're in Dr. Seuss now, but like seriously, being grateful for it all. Paying attention to all the details, okay? Okay. The tree of life is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. Its deep roots reach into the lower world, the unconscious, while its branches reach to the heavens, the source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it is important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. You get it. There's a parable too with a house being on faulty foundation and stuff like that. Okay, to find health and balance in your life, reflect on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. If you are caught in mechanical doing and you are feeling stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself, open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings, your desires. Said that, right? Naming your desires, identifying what your desires are, and being able to connect with your desires more. Okay, I want to get one of these. I don't know why. I don't want to end this reading. It's so beautiful. We have the moon. Okay, the hidden. There are things that are hidden. We have the Four of Swords and we have the stars up underneath that. With the Empress energy, the receiving. Hey, you don't know everything that's coming your way, and that's okay. Don't let it throw you off. Flow with it, okay? We have the Queen of Swords being intentional. Okay, love that she's not in the reverse. If it were in the reverse, I'd say stop being a bee, okay? Man or woman, I'd say stop having a temper tantrum. But no, this is upright. This is being very discerning, okay? Love that. I feel like this is going to be a turning the back on something. Turning the back. We have the Two of Swords here. We have the Chariot here. And we have the Tower here. With the moon, okay? There are things that are falling apart that you do not see, okay? You possibly walking away because it's turning the back on these things, like someone made their choice. You're letting them deal with the choices that they have made. Okay, there's something like that coming in there. Well, the star, there's healing there. Spirit, should I have done that? Do I want to read? I think I'm gonna make this be another reading because we're already 47 minutes. I'm going to leave these out, and I am going to work with this deck, and probably because that got into a relationship thing. That kind of got into a weird relationship dynamic, and this wasn't so much about a relationship, I don't think. So I'm going to leave it as is, and I'll probably pick up after I clear my space. Okay, I hope that this was helpful. It was fun. Yeah, love y'all. Bye.